Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to CJ Perry about the Surreal Life premiering on VH1 October 24th. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, it's pretty crazy because I always think of, there's so many kind of moving parts in terms of projects and, you wear many hats in terms of, singing, acting, modeling, pro wrestling and everything. What are those kind of early conversations like joining something like the Surreal Life? Like, what's that like? I'm just curious.
Oh, it's wild. I feel like in my life, big crazy things like this have come to me, like landed in my lap, and I'm truly thankful. So I got my time with WWE finished, and literally the next day I got a call from my manager that Surreal Life wanted me on the show and they were going to start in 5 weeks. I'm like, wait, excuse me. Surreal Life as in like the VH1 celebrity show with that Flavor Flav and Bridget Nelson was on and China. Like I was like, whoa, wait, this is a joke. I kept on thinking it was a joke. I kept on thinking it was a prank. I kept on thinking there was a shtick involved because I'm like, wait, I'm a celebrity? And wait, what's happening? And it's just crazy, being a former professional dancer, an actor, a professional wrestler. It's you live a life of auditioning constantly and auditioning and working hard and the grind and the hustle and you get no's and you just have to like go to therapy from all the rejection. And then something like this happens when it's like, wait, out of all the well-known people in the world, you picked me. I was like, couldn't believe it. I it's still very surreal, to be honest.
It's a surreal life. So,
yeah. Like I watched this like every single week when it was on, and it's crazy. I can't believe it's airing on Monday. So many times I would reach out to the producers, and I'm like, is this actually happening? Like I kept on feeling at some point I was getting pranked. So
it's happening. What were those kind of like? It's interesting too seeing because everyone, whenever it's a show like the Surreal Life where you want to know, okay, which celebrities it's going to be, right? There's like always that like kind of anticipation, right? Of like, who's going to be in the house? You know what I mean? What was it like for you seeing who you were going to be on the Surreal Life with specifically for this season?
Oh my God. I walked in and Dennis Rodman was there, Tamar Braxton and Manny. And I couldn't believe Dennis Rodman was there. My dad's a huge fan and kind of grew up with him with the Chicago Bulls and him tagging with Hulk Hogan and WCW. So I was like, so excited. Let's talk about wrestling, And then Manny was the only other person I recognized because I knew him I watch him all his makeup vlogs. Yeah. I watch a lot of YouTube content. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. And then Tamar and I instantly bonded. She ended up being my roommate and she's just so funny, like so funny and so charismatic. And just immediately I was just giddy, each person I wanted to get to know because they take our phone away. So like, I felt guilty. There's also like this person where I was getting anxious and like this personal guilt that like, I don't know who these people are and I don't have a phone to Google it. And I don't have a bestie to be like, hey, give me the tea. And so like Manny kind of was, thank God.
What is happening?
Right now. I just felt like dumb that I didn't. And like, now I can like openly talk about that, but like, I was getting insecure about it. But it was great. Everyone brings something so unique to the table and I am captivated by unique people. So I guess you could say I'm captivated by being captivated.
You look at the Surreal Life, you look at a movie you recently had come out called Wife-like, you look at projects like this, is it all storytelling for you or do you kind of have different mindsets, whether it's like reality TV or like acting or like a film? Like, I'm just curious about that. I think it's all storytelling.
Yeah. I mean, it is all storytelling, but I think the producers are going to be, and the editors more like that's the part of the storytelling. We were just showing up and we were ourselves and showing up in this social experiment. It's funny because I just thought it was a celebrity, like some celebrities living together that you're going to go and do like fun activations, right? And activities and like have competitions. I didn't realize like, no, it's actually like a social experiment. I guess that like selective listening happened there. And that it really is. So it absolutely is storytelling, but I'm not as in control of it versus like on Instagram, I'm in control of that storytelling. On, wrestling, I at least had some input. Really in everything we do, we can bring a little bit of ourselves to that story. And if it's Wife-like or other movies, but yes, I first and foremost would definitely consider myself a storyteller. So I'm glad that VH1 decided to use me to tell entertaining stories.
There was a movie that yourself and Miro were in that I interviewed Miro about like a while ago. Like you produced as well, Another Version of You, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I remember talking to him about that. No, it's cool to see. Yeah, I know. I spoke to him about that a while ago. It's interesting. Yeah, he still thinks he has the best WrestleMania entrance of all time, but I think
we do.
It's interesting that you look at, because like one of my favorite things about pro wrestling is the energy. Like with Pop Turniv, like I'm always like an energetic. That's like my favorite thing about it, just the energy. Did it ever come to like realization that like you literally, when you're with the WWE, you're performing like nonstop, like it's travel, but like you're always performing? Do you think that helped the storyteller aspect of it in the long run as well, because you were doing it a lot? Or did you see it more as like, I need some breaks? I'm just curious about that a little bit.
Yeah, I was able to cultivate it more. I think when I look back and I feel like, what is my like purpose in life? I think it's definitely to put smiles on people's faces and bring a little bit of joy in their life, and then use it through storytelling. And so if it was through ballet, I mean, that's how I started everything. I was a ballerina. That story, Swan Lake, The Nutcracker, Romeo and Juliet, to, then crossing over into commercial dance scene, social media, wrestling just helped me like learn from like some of the best minds in the world, from the Vince McMahons, the Triple H, the Road Dogg, of teaching me how to like basically cultivate becoming the best story, tell so many different stories through social media or through like all these different avenues. And so I was very, very thankful to get so many, essentially like mentors. They're your bosses, but they're mentoring you. And I've been able, what I learned from social media, how to tell through social media stories from WWE. I mean, that's the reason why they're the third biggest YouTube channel in the world.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
They know the power of social media. So yeah, I just want to continue to cultivate it and tell compelling, entertaining stories.
I think the casual pro wrestling fan doesn't realize that, they just see kind of the TV and it's like, oh, like Monday Night Raw every week. But it's like, you got the live shows, you got the conventions. Like, I don't think they realize like it's nonstop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And it is all a story. Vince would drive that home. Triple H would drive that home. We were not just pro wrestlers. We were storytellers. You had maybe a bigger story, a relationship story, or you could have just a match. What's the story of the match? What's the story we're going to tell on social? And it's priceless.
You had that storyline where, because Rusev and Lana, but there was that storyline where you were not on the same page. You were rivals. That was so much fun.
That was, I feel like, several times. We were on the page like 3 or 4 times, and then it's a soap opera. WWE is a soap opera where we resolve our conflict in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting back to the Surreal Life before we wrap up, I mean, people are going to get to see back-to-back episodes are actually premiering October 24th, so soon on VH1. When they get to watch it, I mean, there's a lot. We all love kind of reality TV. We love seeing kind of the drama and everything. We love seeing all the interactions. What are you hoping they get out of it specifically when they watch the Surreal Life this season, CJ?
What do I hope to get out of it? Well, I hope that people will be highly entertained.
Yep.
I will be watching it with you guys for the first time, so hopefully Twitter won't snatch too many of us bald. I hope that people are entertained. I hope we put smiles on people's faces. I hope I make people laugh. Even if I'm like kind of the butt of the joke. If I'm putting smiles on y'all's faces and giving people a feel good moment, then I love that. Also, I hope we're able to like really bring awareness about mental health. That was a big conversation with everyone involved, but specifically Tamar. And she really brought awareness to me as well of like how I needed to focus on my mental health. And I just think we need to normalize mental health more, and we shouldn't be scared of it. I mean, there's people that won't hire people because they might struggle with anxiety or struggle with depression or mental health. Absolutely. And I don't think that's okay. I think we shouldn't. It's don't be afraid of it. Like, no, how do we cope with it? How do we make ourselves a better person? What tools can we get to better ourselves and keep on moving forward so we can be the best version of ourselves, so we can live a fulfilled, happy, wonderful, healthy life? And I'm so proud of Tamar. Like, she was so inspiring to me of what she had been through and what she had overcome and what she would open up and talk about. And this past year, I've been working a lot on my mental health and my emotional health. And I'm so thankful for that, to have people in that house that really inspired me to, you know what, I can do better. I can work on myself more, not just in the gym, not just on like having the best makeup and the best hair and the best outfit. It starts with the mind, you know?
Absolutely. Very well said. Back-to-back episodes premiering October 24th on VH1, The Surreal Life. CJ, thank you so much for chatting. It was so great chatting with you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.